Hello, I'm going to teach you basic wiring in town, not town debug, just normal regular town. First off, we have the key essentials, which is positioning blocks and transparency. The transparency should always be -500, and positioning blocks work as the right side being how much time is in between the block transitioning from one spot to the next, and the left side being what position is the start and the end. 2 will always be the end, and 1 will always be the beginning. This only works by interacting with either the blocks or the door, and you can make the blocks as small as you want so that they're very hard to interact with. Next is a button door. You're going to want a button with no texture at all. First off, you're going to want a button with no texture, and then you're going to want the 2 positioning blocks for the button, and then you're going to want another block that indicates the color transmission. Now this one is at 3, so it outputs a signal to any blocks that are obtaining the same color as it, and this number does relatively nothing. And then this block has a 4, which means that it's receiving any signals from a similar colored block. And then these are just the positioning blocks. And when you group all of these together, it doesn't work. Well, it will work if you group them first, but if you group the big button with the two positioning blocks and the transmitter, and then you do !WC to wire it, like this. It also shows you how many wired connections you have in your build. But if you do this first, and then the door, you can make a button activated door that's only activated by a button. Next is the shooting target, the shoot gate. And how it works is you put your left side on 6, and the right side does not matter. And whenever you shoot that door, anything connected to it will move in the direction of the positioning blocks. Here's where it gets a bit more complicated. These are pressure plate doors, or pressure activated doors. You have the positioning blocks right here for 1 and 2. And then this, remember the doors will always have no texture except for the shooting block. For the shooting block, the texture will always be 6, because that is what you're going to hit when you shoot. Now, how it works is 7 is for a pressure activated door, and 1, and on the right side, 1, 2, and 3 activates certain type of pressure activated door. So 1 will activate it where you step on it and it activates. And what you want to do is you want to group all of these items together and group them into one big mesh. And then when you step on, and if you did it right where you grouped it all, and then you did WC, !WC, then whenever you step on this panel, it should activate. And it is a bit buggy because of the Roblox hitboxes and stuff like that, but it does work. Now for this one, it's the same thing with the positioning blocks being here, the door having no texture, and then this one is a 2 on it. And the 2, what that does is that it will not is that if you step on it, it won't activate, but when you step off of it, it activates, which is really great for not, I can't think of anything right now, but it could definitely be useful. This is probably the most common pressure activated door that I use in my builds. It is a constant pressure activated door where you have the 2 positioning blocks, and then I just have it where, because I have double-sided doors, so I have it where I just have one big stretch of right side 3 with the left side still being 7, and when you step on it, it activates the door. But as soon as you step off of it, it will deactivate the door, allowing for pretty cool gateways to be made. And yeah, that's all there is.